Hi children, welcome to our online class. Today's topic is Rise of Nazism in Germany. Rise of Nazism in Germany. All of you know that Germany is a Germany is a European country. What is the meaning of Nazism? Nazism. The ideology of the Nazi party is called Nazism. Nazi party was a party in Germany before 1945, during the time of Second World War. The ideology of Nazi party is called Nazism. The ideology of Karl Marx is called Marxism. The ideology of Mao is called Maoism, like that. German economy after First World War and the role of USA. After First World War, the German economy faced a severe crisis. It had to pay war damages to the victorious powers. According to Versailles Treaty, Versailles Treaty imposed a lot of burden on Germany. They had to pay war damages to the victorious powers. So the German government printed currency in a large scale. This excess printing led to inflation. Inflation is the situation against the depression. Inflation, depression. We have already discussed depression. Inflation means the situation in which increase in demands and increase in prices. The demand will be increased, and article the prices will also be increased. That is the situation of inflation. This is the reverse of depression. The inflation raised in Germany because of excessive printing of currency notes. It is said that the German people had to carry cash in cards. The people had to carry cash and cards to buy a loaf of bread. They had to bring a cash in cards. Cards means bullock cards. To buy a small loaf of bread. That is the result of inflation. The prices of goods raised very high. In this situation, USA helped the German economy. In this way, USA helped Germany, the German government. The USA gave loans to the German governments. And it also rescheduled its war damages. In this way, by the help of USA, by 1928, the German economy got stable. That means that the German economy settled at a constant level. But unfortunately, in 1929, the Great Depression started. US was also damaged by this Great Depression. So it was not in a position to help Germany. So the difficulties of Germany started again. The impact of Great Depression on German economy and society. Great Depression started in 1929. By 1932, the industrial production reduced to 40% of the 1929 level in Germany. Industrial production reduced to 40% only. Germany was the worst hit country of Great Depression. Nearly 6 million people, or 6 million workers. 6 million workers lost their jobs during this Great Depression. Most of the workers were paid reduced salaries. As they had no work to do, the German workers were playing cards and had chit-chat at the street corners. Some of the workers became the criminals to survive their families. That was the situation of Germany during Great Depression. The middle class families suffered a lot because of the Great Depression. The middle class families, particularly, especially the salaried employees and the pensioners, saw their savings diminish as the value of currency decreased. Those were the first affected section. Who were there? Middle class. Middle class employees and pensioners, they were affected. Secondly, small businessmen, self-employed, retailers, big businessmen, farmers, women. All these sections suffered a lot because of Great Depression. Farmers suffered a loss because of the sharp fall of prices of agricultural goods. Women suffered a lot as they were unable to fill their children's stomach. They were hungry, but these mothers had no food to feed them. These are the sections affected by Great Depression, particularly the middle class. The only one section escaped from the effect of Great Depression. That section was organized workers. Organized workers could manage the situation. They were given regular salaries, so they had no problems in Germany. Next, rise of Nazi Party. The Great Depression caused many problems to different sections. So we have already mentioned here different sections. In this situation, Nazi Party's propaganda, in this bad situation, Nazi Party's propaganda means publicity, bad publicity. Nazi Party's propaganda created hopes of a better future among the people of Germany. Hitler was its unquestioned leader. its unquestioned leader. In 1928, Nazi party got 2.6 odds, 2.6 odds, 2.6% odds in Reichstag. Reichstag is the name of German parliament. Reichstag. Different parliaments have different names in this world. The parliament of Japan is called Diet. The parliament of America is called Congress. The parliament of Germany is called Reichstag. In the 1928 elections, Nazi party got no more than 2.6% of votes in 1928. Nazi party got 27% of votes, 27% of votes in 1932 elections. In 1932 elections of Reichstag. In these 4 years, they got the support of different sections of people. And finally, in 1933, they got power. They came to power. Because Hitler and his promises. Hitler was a powerful speaker. His speeches, his passions, his words moved the people. He promised the people to build a strong nation. He promised the people to build a strong nation. He promised to return the dignity of Aryan Germans. He promised to cancel the injustice of Versailles Treaty. He promised to return back the territories. He promised to return back the territories which Germany lost after First World War. He promised the parents to bring secure future for the children. He promised employment for those who are looking for work. All these are promises made by Hitler. Because of these promises, he came to power on 30 January 1933. He came to power. Hitler and his promises. We have already discussed about them. Hitler and his strategy. Hitler devised a new style of politics. Devised means invented. Hitler invented a new style of politics. He understood the significance of religious rituals and grand attractive events in community mobilization or in the mass mobilization. Red flags with swastika symbols. This is swastika symbol. Red flags with swastika symbols, Nazi salutes, and claps after speeches were the new innovative things introduced by Hitler. The Nazis held massive rallies and public meetings to demonstrate their support for Hitler and to instill the sense of unity among the German people. Hitler mobilized his supporters on the promise of establishing a racial supremacy of Aryan Germans over the world by targeting the minorities like Jews as the main cause of all problems. He targeted particularly Jews. He termed them as the main cause of German main problem with German economy. He also attacked on communism and socialism. He also attacked on communism and socialism, terming both of them as the Jewish conspiracy. They were also linked with Jews. He also suppressed his enemies in many ways. Next. He got power on 30th. January 1933. He suppressed all his political opponents. He arrested all his political opponents without any reason. He established a dictatorship in Germany. Next, enabling acts. On 24 March 1933. On 24 March 1923, the famous Enabling Act was passed. The Enabling Act established dictatorship in Germany. It gave Hitler all powers to silence parliament and to rule by decree. This Enabling Act gave the superpower to Hitler. He may neglect the parliaments and he may neglect the MPs, and he can only rule the country as his wishes. That power was given by Enabling Act. By this Enabling Act, all the political parties and all the trade unions banned in Germany except the Nazi Party and its associated labor unions. By this Enabling Act, Hitler established complete rule. Hitler established complete control on military, media, judiciary, and economy. All the spheres in Germany came under his control. Next, special surveillance and security forces. Special surveillance and security forces were created to control and order the society in the ways that the Nazis wanted. There were already two regular forces. The regular police force in green uniform, that was the first one. The regular police force in green uniform. The second one is regular police force. And the second one is SA, stormtroopers. These two are the regular forces. These two are the initial forces of Germany. Apart from these forces, Hitler created another forces. Those were Gestapo. 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 This was the secret state police. Gestapo means secret state police. And SS. Gestapo and SS. SS is the protection squads. Next, fifth one is SD. Criminal Police and Security Service. This is the Criminal Police and Security Service wing. This is the protection squad. This is state police, secret state police. This is stormtrooper. This is regular police. These five forces were given extraordinary powers. These five forces were given extraordinary forces, extraordinary powers. With the help of these forces, Hitler killed all his opponents. And Hitler tortured all the minorities which they don't like, which they didn't like. By the power given to these extraordinary police forces, Germany became the criminal country in the world. It became the criminal country in the world. Next, recovery of German economy. Recovery of German economy. We have already discussed that because of a Great Depression, the German economy was worst hit. It was worst hit. The recovery of German economy, Hitler assigned the responsibility of the recovery of the German economy to Hazarmachschafts. He was an economist. The recovery of German economy is under his control. He aimed at full production and full employment. Through state-funded work creation program. The government invested more funds. In the public sector works, in public works. By providing more work, they created more opportunities. They created more employment opportunities. By creating more employment opportunities, the people got more money, and the people demand more things. The demand will also be increased. That was a problem. That was a solution for the problem of Great Depression. Hazarmachschafts followed that. That principle was also, the statement was also given by J.M. Keynes. Hazarmachschafts followed J.M. Keynes' principle. Under this program, superhighways were conducted. Superhighways are laid down all over the Germany. Superhighways, like our national highways. Superhighways were laid down in all over the Germany. And Volkswagen car was also produced. Volkswagen cars was also produced during this period. Volkswagen car means people's car. In German language, it means people's car. And the second phase, they invested more funds in armament factories. In armament factories, they produced war tanks, warplanes, machine guns, bullets, etc. All these are war-related producers. This industry indirectly collapsed the Germany again. Because of these weaponry, they got ready for the Second World War. Next, mass killings of minorities. Under the shadow of Second World War, Germany began and continues a genocidal war. Genocide means mass killing of a particular group, a particular religion, the people of a particular religion. Under the shadow of Second World War, Germany began and continued the genocidal war, which resulted in mass murder of selected groups of innocent civilians in Europe. The Nazis killed 6 million Jews. 6 million Jews. They killed 10 million Polish civilians. 10 million Polish civilians. 2 million gypsies. 2 million gypsies. 10,000 homosexuals. 10,000 homosexuals. All these are killed by the Nazis. 6 million Jews, 10 million Polish civilians, 2 million gypsies, 10,000 homosexuals. The Nazis also killed their own citizens. They killed 70,000 Germans as they were mentally and physically disabled. So they were killed by Nazis. They devised a new technique of mass killing. They invented a new technique for mass killing that is called gas chambering. The victims are the people. They kept the people in a separate room. After kept them in the room, they sent poisonous gases into that room. After breathing the poisonous gas, the people in the room will automatically die. This is a new technique devised by Nazis. Auschwitz was the big killing center like that. Auschwitz was a big killing center in this method. Once we recapitulate the points in this topic, Nazism, the ideology of Nazi party was called Nazism. German economy after the First World War and roar of USA. German economy suffered a lot because of the First World War, and USA helped to bail out Germany. Impact of Great Depression on German economy and society. By 1928, the German economy stabilized with the help of America, with the help of USA. But unfortunately, by 1929, it again started its problems because of Great Depression. In this period, the middle class, the small businessmen, retailers, self-employed, the big businessmen, farmers means peasantry, farmers and women were also suffered a lot. The only one section to escape from this situation in Germany was organized workers, organized employees. It's a rise of Nazi party. Nazi party was a political party in Germany. Hitler was its unquestioned leader. In 1928, Nazi party got no more than 2.6 votes in Reichstag. By 1932, it got 37% of votes in Reichstag. On 30 January 1933, Hitler became the Chancellor of Germany. Chancellor means president, the president of Germany. Within two months, on 24 March 1933, the Enabling Act was passed. This act gave superpowers to Hitler. He may neglect the parliament and he ruled by decrees. And with the help of this Enabling Act, he established special security forces and surveillance agencies to control his opponents and also minorities. and to kill and torture and kill the minorities. Recovery of German economy. Hitler assigned an economist named Schwartz. He took up the state-funded work creation program. Under this program, superhighways were laid down in Germany and a Volkswagen car was produced. And in the second phase, they invested more funds in armament industry. Germany, the mass killings of minorities. Germany, under the shadow of Second World War, Germany began and continued genocidal wars, which resulted in mass killing of selected groups of innocent civilians in Europe. They killed 6 million Jews, 2 million Gypsies, 10 million Polish civilians, 10,000 homosexuals, and 70,000 Germans. Okay, thank you.